How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the Hull of Film YouTube channel, and also if you're watching this on Voice Magazine. So, I've just got back from watching Benny Safdie's newest film, The Smashing Machine, starring Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, which is a film I was looking forward to, isn't the right word. Nervously awaiting is a better description. I'm a huge MMA fan, and I am aware of the story of Mark Kerr, who this film is a biopic about. And if you want to know my opinion on biopics, I did do a article which I'll link below on YouTube, or you can go on my Voice profile and read the blog I wrote about biopics. I'm also somebody who doesn't care or really particularly like Dwayne Johnson, so going into this with an open mind was a hard thing to do, but I managed to do it. I was expecting to either be pleasantly shocked or dislike it a lot. Instead, the cardinal sin of filmmaking was made, where that was a film and I watched it. I don't really have a lot of words to explain. So The Smashing Machine is about Mark Kerr's life and career between 1997 and 2000. They handcuff themselves with some of the things they want to show because it happened outside those time periods, such as him getting clean, which didn't happen fully until 2019 because he had a relapse and everything. It didn't happen in 2000. So a couple things first. If you want to know and learn actually about the real story of Mark Kerr, I recommend everybody watches the Smashing Machine, not this film, the documentary from 2002. That is incredible. It's well made. It is heartbreaking and just it's insane to watch because it's obviously a documentary, so you see the real conflicts between him and his partner. You see the abuse he was putting his body through and the abuse he was doing to himself using. Watch that. If you don't want to sit down and watch the documentary, MMA On Point on YouTube did a about 40-minute video on Mark Kerr, which again I recommend everybody go check out and watch. So there's been a couple things in the lead up to this film releasing that baffled me. The first being when this was shown at the film festival, they got a 15-minute standing ovation, which is insane. It is crazy. No way did it deserve a standing ovation, let alone a 15-minute long one. The next thing was the reviews that have come out and are still coming out, where people are going, this is potentially an award-winning, Oscar-nominated film. Dwayne Johnson, best performance of his career, could be best actor winner. Right, couple things about that. Saying this is Dwayne Johnson's career high is not saying much. What I would say is this is the first time he's acted, is what I would say. He's not playing himself, even though it does creep through in the performance. He's actually put the accent on and sounds a lot like Mark Kerr. As far as like complimentary things towards The Rock, that's probably where it ends. The performance is, again, it's the first time he's acted, so I'll give him credit for that at least, but the performance is pretty forgettable and wooden. So if he gets nominated for anything, the upcoming award season, we may as well just pack our bags and call it a day, because if that's a Oscar-worthy nomination of a Best Actor, then wow, the bar is real low. As for Emily Blunt, who plays Mark Kerr's partner, Emily Blunt's always good, and she was good in this. The only problem is Every other character feels severely underdeveloped, which obviously she can't do nothing about, but the scene she's given, she nails. The relationship between Dawn and Mark Kerr is portrayed pretty well in like the abusive aspects of when that happens. They actually, show that and everything. They undersold how bad it was though. Like it was 10 times worse. Again, watch the documentary if you want to see the real, things that happened. Um, Outside of those two, you had MMA fighter Ryan Bader, who's not an actor, playing MMA legend Mark Coleman. Um, when I saw that casting, I was like, okay, I can understand, MMA fighter playing MMA fighter, fair enough. The only problem is, he's in it a lot. He's like the main second character, probably tied with Emily Blunt. So he had to act a lot. Some bits I'm like, oh, they should have got an actor, and then other bits he did shock me. To be fair, he did do a pretty good job overall. And at the end of the film, I feel like it weirdly swapped to focusing on Mark Coleman, which I'll get onto the editing choices and just how the film was laid out in a bit. Outside of that, you had the best bit of casting and my favourite person in the film. You had current undisputed heavyweight boxing champion Alexander Usyk playing one of my favourite MMA fighters of all time, Igor Vovchanchin. He's great. He doesn't really have any lines. He's just being, he's just doing a great Igor Vovchanchin. And Alexander nailed it, and he was very fun. Outside of that, there's nobody really to mention. You had, again, MMA legend and icon Bas Rutten playing himself, which I found quite funny that he's playing himself 25 years later. He's always funny and great. Now we get on to the more technical aspects. The cinematography, I did enjoy. I will admit that. Like, they filmed on a VHS camera. They also filmed on different mills of camera, and I felt that was good. So visually looking, it's a fun film. The score, it's there. It's fine. It's nothing impressive. It's nothing bad, which is kind of this whole film overall. Now we get on to the technical aspects from Benny Safdie's side. So, Benny Safdie, of course, of the Safdie brothers. Josh has Marty Supreme coming out, and that looks infinitely more interesting and good. So whether Josh is the Justin of the two and Benny's just doing his own thing, good for him. That's how I feel about the two. The editing of this film is a bit of a mess. In terms of the story, we jump all over the place. Like in the trailer, it said he's a UFC legend. He had 4 fights in the UFC. Not only that, we start off, he's in Vale Tudo in Brazil, which, it's called, that's the VHS shot. Then we skip immediately to him fighting in the UFC. It's his debut, and I was like, oh, okay, they're going to mention like the fact he won 2 tournaments. No, we skip that. And then we go on to he's in Japan. And there were some bits in the film where they were actually dragging me, and I thought, oh, okay, this is actually getting me. And then just as I was getting into it, it skips again like another year, and I was like, and they did that like 2 or 3 times. It's very empty film. It's got all the biopic cliches you could imagine. It's very surface level. It's about an incredible man and an incredible story of a rise, a fall, and kind of a redemption of his life, not his career. And they kind of just make it like the most boring. It's a film. Will I revisit it? Maybe. Do I care? Definitely not. Would I award this anything? No. and even if this gets a nomination, we're already just taking the mick. Like, if this is a nominated film throughout the award season, I'm going to have a breakdown, because you just can't justify that, in my opinion. As far as what I would rate it, a 3, a 2.5, a 3. Like, as I said at the beginning, it was a film and I watched it. Would I recommend this to anyone? Not really. Who would I recommend it to? Hardcore MMA fans who know Mark Kerr, but if you've seen the documentary or if you haven't, watch that. It's infinitely better. They should have just re-released the documentary into cinemas, in my opinion. That would have been an easier thing and cool to do, his story, and just, you could have revamped it where you add on a little bit now of how he is now and how he's clean and, you know, happy and healthy. But yes, so that is my review of The Smashing Machine. If you're planning on watching it or have watched it, feel free to let me know your opinions. I hope everybody enjoyed it, because I never want people to hate movies. But yeah, let me know also what you thought about The Rock's performance, and if you think it was good, or like me, you just think it's entry-level acting, except obviously he's a movie star and this is kind of the first time he's shown a bit of acting chops. So yeah, that is my review and thoughts of The Smashing Machine. Don't forget to, of course, on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video.